Hey guys, it's Ashby. Um, Welcome back to mliad. Woo! Uh, Today's story is about when I was like 1 year old, and it's a fun one. But before we get there, um, I have like an update thing. I'm not going to be doing that bi-weekly schedule I originally wanted to. My hard drive crashed over spring break, and I lost everything. So I'm gonna have to do all the mliad videos from scratch. So if you've seen the original schedule or anything that was planned, it's gone. It doesn't even apply anymore. So if you were looking forward to hearing the horse story, you're gonna have to wait, and you're gonna have to deal with that. Anyway, so today's story. When I was approximately 1 or 2, um, I lived in Virginia. I was born in Virginia, Winchester. It's a pretty cool city. There's all sorts of like historical shit going on, and I had this knack for beating the hell out of myself. Um, I have a disordery, problemy thing. I don't know what the hell it's called. But it's called, well, what the term is, but it's called nurse's elbow. And basically, what happens is in this arm, there's a tendon that runs right here, and it'll end up on the other side of the elbow. And it's extremely painful, and it was apparently caused by all this nonsense. I was really good at dislocating my forearm. Apparently, I did it like bi-weekly, maybe more frequently, less frequently, depending on the situation at hand. It was often enough that they were at the hospital pretty frequently to get my arm back in place. Um, but there's a kind of a problem with this. Apparently, that is considered one of the telltale signs that you're abusing your child. Uh, that you keep bringing them in with this effed up arm, because you're gonna grab your kid's hand and like drag them along, and you're abusing them or something. And I was just running into walls, or apparently I got my arm caught in the tire of like a parade float, if I remember the story correct. Like it was just stupid stuff, and it was always kind of like, really, again. And so, they kept going to the hospital, going to the hospital, going to the hospital. And apparently, rumors started circulating in the hospital that my parents were awful child beating assholes, and that they were going to have to do an investigation. And so, our doctor was like, cool. He knew what was up. And he decided to actually like teach my parents how to put my arm back in place, because if they were to go to the hospital one more time for the same injury, they would get investigated. So every time I had a problem after that, they just kind of back into place. And yeah, so that's why I have an effed up elbow. Similar story, stupid, filed under stupid injuries that happened to me as a child. You might have noticed this scar came in handy when Harry Potter came out, because it was a little more jagged than that, so I passed it off as a lightning bolt. And basically, what happened was I was about 3 or 4, I believe, and my parents, they collected antiques and pottery and art stuff. They're both artists. My mom was in school for fashion, and my dad, he is an industrial designer. So they're all they're all artistic and crazy. So they had all this stuff, and either I was at one of my grandmother's houses, or we were at home, or I don't recall the exact details. But I'm jumping on a bed because it's cool. I mean, come on, everyone jumped on their bed until they were like 10 or 11, right? Because at that point you're gonna like hit your head on the ceiling. That was the only thing stopping me from jumping on my bed. I mean, come on. But I'm jumping, 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 and it's a grand old time until I lose my footing. And so here's the bed, like bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. Whoa. Well, they've got crock pots, like big old crock pots, all over this room. And it turns out that ceramic is really good at fracturing your skull. because I managed to just boom into one of these crock pots, and blood was everywhere. Apparently, it was a good fun time. I had stitches, I think 3 or 4. Um, so, yeah, stupid injuries that happened when I was little. I think that's all I got for now. Um, just remember, I'm going to be updating kind of randomly at this point whenever I have free time. My schedule is kind of weird this quarter, and it's still not fully like finished yet. So we'll see what that means for mliad and you guys getting updates. But it should be about weekly, if not more frequently, if I get bored. Um, the next story, you know what? Screw it. I don't even know. You'll find out. Um, till then, see ya. Bye, guys.